What's going on, Paragon? This is my Countess guide, Assassination. We're going to cover a lot, so stay with me. First up is our abilities. Her basic attack does 52 damage, which is okay. Get a strike token if you want, but I don't worry about it because in the beginning it's about sustain because Countess is very squishy. Next up, Blade Siphon. And what matters about this is Countess regains 2% of her health every time she kills a minion, and 10% of it if she kills an enemy hero. This is very good and should be your second ability you take, but the first ability you should take should be her Shadow Slip. So her Shadow Slip does 40 ability damage, but what's more important is it's an instant kill to minions. You will warp to a minion or a hero, but it should be the first ability you take because you can take out enemy minions easier and it helps you farm. And don't forget to always take out the big minion. The Dark Tide will be your third ability you will take in the beginning. And Dark Tide is like an AoE. It has a very good range. It'll be the first ability you max. So it does a lot and it's really good in her combos if you can't finish her combo. Her last ability is her ultimate, her Feast. Feast does 220 damage first time you hit, you get it at level 5. And it locks down whoever you hit. So whoever you use it on, they're stuck. They're not going anywhere. So be careful where you use it. And make sure you use the Shadow Slip. But we're going to talk about that in the combo section. So next up, we're going to start talking about cards. So we're going to get the Warlords first. The Warlords because you want to do as much damage as you can. Countess, you don't really worry about too much about health on her. I do get it, but don't even worry about armor. It doesn't matter. You're so squishy, it doesn't matter. We're gonna take a 1 cast, a 1 health, and the health regen, but that's in the beginning. So your first 2 items should be the health potion and the healing token. Next up, the Adamant Edge, and make sure it's a 1/1/1. Then we'll move on to your Guardian's Ward, and you should always have a ward in your kit and make it 1/1/1. I will sell my ward. That is the very last item I will sell on the late game. We're going to have 2 Shadow Scrolls. One is going to be a major cast, then a shock and a shock. And then the next one is going to be another Shadow Scroll, be 1 major cast, a shock, and a cast. And I usually get this one first because I want to do damage rather than pen. Unless they have a lot of ability armor, then I'll pick up the double shock. Our staff is all mana. Make it all mana. She's very mana reliant. The Drink of Spirits is really good because it gives me health. And when you kill minion waves, it's going to heal you. So if you do a team fight and you survive, which you should survive, you go to the jungle, or you go find a wave, you kill it, hit the siphon, and you're going to pick up a ton of health regen. You should get full health. The Vineheart is just more health and pen. The Charging Brute is just to get away faster. I will get it depending on what's going on, but the Charging Brute is a situational. I will get it sometimes, I won't get it, but it's there it's for me. It's what I usually use. And our last one is the Necro Veil. And the reason this is good is because once you use your Shadow Slip and you lock down your target and you kill him, you'll go invisible. So you can see why I pick the Charging Brute, because if I get invisible and get the kill, I'm good to go. So right in the strength, she's high burst. She has tower dive, which is great. She has a passive heal. She has a great wave clear mid to late game, and she's very elusive. That's only if you use it the right way. And I'm going to try to show you guys how to use it the right way. Her weaknesses is she's very squishy. She burns through mana so fast. Even with the mana card, it's still bad. She's very weak to stun. If you get stunned, you're probably going to die. And you need to get down the full combo. So strategy, when you first start out your first 5 levels, right, you're going to want to take your square, your Shadow Slip, and right there, you see how you just take out that minion, and I'll harass a little bit, and then I'll go right back. And it's against Howitzer. You know, I'm a melee. I'm at a disadvantage because Howitzer should be able to poke me down, no problem. But he has a hard time with me just because of that. But you have to remember, the beginning, your mana, you're hurting for mana big time. You'll also take your Siphon, your next ability, just so you get some heal. And you'll use the Dark Tide next. And you want to be very careful about where you're putting your wards. You need to be aware of what's going on. And what your strategy should be is just farm as much as you can and wait to the mid game, because you're not going to be any use. And make sure you roam. Your target is kill the squishies. Your Gideons, your Murdochs, your Sparrows, anyone who's low health, that's who you go after. So right here you're going to notice I took the invisible buff, and my team is going to get in a fight. Okay? So they're going to engage, and Greystone's going to engage. So Greystone is actually doing what a Greystone should do. He should lead it because he has his passive up. He has that double life. Alright? I am not going to worry about anything. Countess does not go after tanks. Don't do it. You focus the squishies because they do the most damage. So we're going to let that happen. That team is going to run in there, but my goal is to get this Murdoch. Shadow Slip. I ult him. And I'm just going to get rid of him right there. Bam. Done. So the reason we're going after the squishies, guys, is the squishies do the most damage. Your Murdochs, Sparrows, your Grim, even Gideon, even though he's a caster, Howitzer, they all do a lot of damage. And they mostly have, the casters have the AoEs, which are devastating. And part of, also the strategy part of it is, if they're going to ult, you can lock it down with your ultimate and stop their ultimates. So make sure you save your ult for when you need it. And if you can, try to save your ultimates for the squishies. Don't waste it on the tanks. If the tanks are by themselves and your team is there and you know you can secure the kill, do it. Now I'm going to get rid of this, the mine. And they don't even know I'm there. I don't know why they weren't. There's no map awareness, and that's huge. And like right there, I'm going to go after who? The same person. And we're going to end it right there. Bam. Done. Squishy's gone. The steel goes down. And then Greystone, man, he's so powerful right now, guys. He really is. Greystone is in every single match, but he can't get away from the whole team. Hauser does the ult, but we shadow slip out of it, and we're good. So remember to save your abilities and use them wisely and at the right time. Remember, Countess is for squishies, guys, not the tanks. Next up is your tower dive. Tower diving is hard. It's very hard to do. So what you need to do is, once you use your Dark Tide, you do the damage, you shadow slip in, you ultimate, and then you use your Siphon, and that is your full combo. And the reason you need to hit that Siphon is it's going to give you your health back. If you don't hit that Siphon or your ultimate, it's going to hurt. You need to get it done. You need to get your health back. Okay? So like I said, shadow slip, your feast, then your blade siphon, and if you cannot get the kill with all that, hit the Dark Tide and make sure you shadow slip back out under tower. Countess is so good for tower diving, and that is exactly how you need to use her, because once you shadow slip out, the tower will automatically just stop targeting you. Unless you're the only thing left in there, then it will. And also, if you are in there taking damage and you shadow slip, and your other heroes are in there fighting, they'll target them and stop taking you. So just keep it in mind. I'm also going to try to emphasize some other things for you guys. Is Countess, I'd like her cards, but make sure you're definitely picking up the ability 10. Okay? Do not build armor on her. Alright guys, don't do it. There's no point. You get a little bit of health and all the damage. I just ulted Steel and I took out half of his health. I mean, and he's the tank. So, but like I said, I didn't want to do that, but my whole team was there and he's the only target there, so why not? And what I also do is I check what the other team has, so I know who to focus or who is more vulnerable to my abilities. And just make sure, big thing, map awareness. Next up, positioning. Okay guys, if you get stunned by Rampage or anyone and the team is there, you're going to die because you're not going to be able to run. So your positioning should be in the back line, and you should shadow slip in, do your combo, and get out. That's what your positioning should be, like a caster. Positioning is also a very big deal with her because a lot of people position her like in the front, and you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be in the front lines. You have to remember, your team, your tank should be in front, your casters are in back, and you're an assassin. So you should be coming where they don't see you. If you can pick up the invisible buff or the black buff, take it. You know, it's only gonna help you. Because if you get caught out of position, like this moment right here, I was out of position. Like my teammate left me and I was in lane and I didn't realize their steal was invisible. And watch, I'm gonna get stunned. There's the ultimate, rampage, and I have nowhere to go. I could only ult to the other champion or a minion. I was dead. There was no spot to go. So make sure you don't do that. Team combos, a very good team combo for you is whoever you ult, if your Murdoch is like really good with you, he can ult the same person you ult and it's an instant delete if you can't finish it. And that's for the tank, that's a tank killer combo. That's really the best combo you have, or you lock people under all the other ults like your steals, your phase, you know, but you're only gonna have to go for one target. So make sure you know who you go for. Because you go for the wrong target and they survive and you're in a team fight and you can't get out, you're going to die and you're not going to be able to help your team because all Countess's abilities, she's an ability champ. She's not like Kalari. She doesn't do basic attacks, okay? All of her power comes from her abilities. She's just so mana reliant. Even with this build that I have to use it very wise because if I use my abilities to clear all these waves, I'm still going to be down abilities, you know, no mana when a team fight happens, and that's no, I can't help anybody. I can't do anything. Like right here, like we took Prime, and I feel that the Prime, once you pick up Prime, dude, the match is really close to being over. You know, if you're, some teams can fend it off, which, I mean, you guys have played. Sometimes the matches go on for an hour, maybe sometimes plus an hour. You know, but right here, I'm gonna try to get in a combo, and I went to go for the squishy, but I couldn't get it. So I had Prime, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for Rampage, and we took him out. You know, but that's just the power of the Prime card. And make sure you guys group. A lot of teams, they don't group, and it really hurts when you guys have Prime and you don't group. You know, your Rampage can tower dive with Prime and end the game for everybody. With the Greystone too, same thing. So I really hope you guys enjoy the guide. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think if you want a different kind of guide, but I'm probably going to stick to this way for a while. And I just really hope you guys like it, and I'm trying to make Paragon better because there's a lot of people that are just playing poorly. But that's my guide, guys, and I really hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, and I will see you on Mono.